Janice here. I am so excited about Fall Frenzy. Let me turn down my radio here. You guys, we have so much activity happening inside of our legal nurse consulting group. What's up, Irene? How are you doing, love? I am in my car hiding. Hi, Yolanda. How is everybody? Shout out in the comments what your nursing specialty is and also what state you're in. So we've got a ton of activity, and this is what I love so much about fall. And so I wanted to come to you live and remind you that Fall Frenzy is upon us. It is the busiest quarter of our business as legal nurse consultants. And that's huge because I know when we're first starting our business, the summer, we call it the summer slump. So it feels like you're doing all this outreach to these attorney clients and you're just hearing crickets. That is so normal. It's normal in the first few years of building this business until you have a base or a foundation of attorney clients, and it gets so much easier. Hi, Yolanda. Wound care in California. I'm so glad you're here, Yolanda. Which part of California? I'm in Southern California. We've got Michigan, pulmonary step-down unit. I love it. Thank you for being here with me. So for those of you who are who have been marketing consistently throughout the summer and didn't take the summer off, which we always tell our nurses, don't stop marketing just because people are on vacation, right? You want to continue marketing because they are coming back to the office. The attorneys are coming back. They're finally starting to check their emails and they're catching up. And a lot of them have trial and have dates that they need to meet before, guess what? Thanksgiving and Christmas. So fall is always super busy for us. So I just wanted to give you a message of encouragement to keep going and keep doing what you're doing. And if you've been marketing through the summer, double up. Whatever you've been doing, do more of it, because now is the time. And I tell them they're in hibernation. Your attorneys are in hibernation. They are coming out of hibernating. They are starting to stir, and they are actually starting to answer our nursing students, our legal nurse consulting students inside of our program. They're starting to get back to them saying, yes, I would love to see some of your work product sample. Yes, I need help on these cases, getting them out before, my trial date is here in the next few weeks. So it is happening. Keep going. That is my message of encouragement for you. Even in my business, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're here. Even in my business, I have slower months as well. I've been doing this since 2009. So you just want to make sure that you're always going. And I try to tell nurses, remember, you're a business owner, right? A lot of these attorneys are also business owners. Think of yourself kind of like a real estate professional. You never stop marketing. You're always going to continue marketing. But what's nice about this field is you really need, sometimes you just need one, but 2 to 3 attorney clients who see the value in having a registered nurse on their team behind the scenes who can be totally candid about what's going on inside of their case and help them. Oops, I'm sorry guys. I think I just I don't know where I went, but I think I cut off your comments. I'm so sorry. I'm so glad you're here. If I missed you, you just need 2 to 3 attorneys who see the value and what you provide as someone who understands medicine, who understands what goes on behind the scenes in a hospital. That is so valuable to them. And once they get it, they keep you for life. My attorneys have been with me forever. I have attorneys since 2009, 2011, when I moved my business from Chicago, Illinois to Orange County. I still have the same attorneys that I work with. So they are lifers. So once you find those men, women that understand the value of having a nurse on their team, they're with you forever. And so your goal in marketing is to show them how you help, right? You want to show them, hey, this is how I can help you. Happened. It says it paused. Hopefully this is still happening. But your goal is to show them. Hi, Letitia. I'm so glad you're here. Shout out where you're watching from, what state, and then your nursing specialty in the comments for me below. And I'll go back through individually and say hi to all of you. I appreciate you being here. Attorneys, when you are marketing to them, guys, the things on their mind is, how much is it going to cost me? How much is it going to make me, right? And they want to know, what are you going to do for me? And so a lot of nurses get this part wrong. What they do is they'll say, well, I've been a nurse for 35 years in the ICU, and I did this, I did that, and these specialties. That doesn't translate. Thank you, girl. Iowa ICCU. Love it. That doesn't translate to how are you going to help me? And so we want to show them how we help them. And we do that. And if you're inside of my program, you understand we do that by showing them our fact summary report, right? This is one of the best stories. One of my nurses, Maria, I'm gonna call on you here. But what I love about this is some attorneys have tried using legal nurses in the past. And their biggest complaint, and it's so important that as a group of nurses, we understand the complaints and we go in and we make those changes, okay? The biggest complaint of using a legal nurse was their reports were too long. That's a massive problem, okay? A lot of nurses make that mistake. They think more is better. And our job as legal nurse consultants is to go in, take out only what they need to know that's fully relevant to their case. If we're talking personal injury, any prior diagnoses, we need to let them know about it. Are there any red flags in there that opposing counsel might try to bring up, and use against them? What injuries happened in that car accident? And what does that look like for future cost and expenses and care for that client? But we don't need to include things like the OB appointment they had in 2017 that did nothing. But a lot of nurses don't do that. They'll create these really thick reports that attorneys can't read. In fact, their eyes just glaze over. My eyes glaze over and I understand what I'm reading. So when you're giving this to someone whose specialty is law, it's like, what is this? It might as well be foreign and written in a completely different language, right? So our goal is to show them how we simplify what it is that they receive from their clients, those medical records. We're going to make this super simple for you. We're going to point out exactly what those diagnoses were and what does that mean in layman's terms. What does that mean? We don't want to give them what's already there. We want to break it down into simple terms that they fully understand, that they can turn around and use in litigation, right? That they can use to, if they go to trial, that they can use to help educate a jury. And a lot of times the jury, they have high school education, right? So we want to ensure that what we're giving them is something they can break down, easily understand and digest it themselves, but then turn around and be able to use that in their fight for their client and the fight for justice for their client. So I'm proud of Maria because she was able to rebuttal that objection in marketing where the lawyer said, I have used legal nurses, meaning he saw the value of using legal nurses, right? But he kept getting too big of reports from these nurses that were not helpful. And so our job is to say, hey, by the way, check out this fact summary report that we have, because we make our nurses do 3 real world cases inside of our program, and they get to take those and use those as marketing. So now they get to say, hey, check out this fact summary report. This is how we're different. We take what's there, we take 10,000 pages of records, and we put it in this nice little report for you, and everything is laid out. What you need to know is highlighted, and that's it. Bada bing, bada boom, right? They get in, and sometimes they have so many cases, they don't need to sit down and try to read through thousands of your, pages of your report. They need to be able to go in and just go right to the highlights. That's what they need to know. That's what they need to focus on. Let's go. That is your job as a legal nurse. It's to get them to where they need to go as quick as humanly possible without leaving out any of the goodies, okay? I hope that makes sense. Anyway, I just wanted to encourage you to keep going. Fall Frenzy is here. Put your marketing into overdrive. Make it happen. These lawyers are reaching back out. It is time. I always see an uptick in the first week and second week of September. So start looking for that in your marketing outreach as you're starting to hear, as you're starting to send out those emails and other, if you're calling or whatever, you're going to start to hear back, which is really exciting. And take advantage of it because it will push you through the holiday and you'll roll into the new year in 2026 if you're a new business owner with business under your belt and you'll already have some clients, and that's amazing. That's where you want to be. So I hope this helps all of you. Keep going. You've got this, and I'll see you all really soon. Love you guys. Bye.